All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to something we're gonna. This is gonna be a rough episode.
Attention, the bullshit meter has detected major BS. Confirmed. That's definitely some bullshit.
Yes,
Fuck you, game companies.
we can call this our bullshit moment. We can say for the week, for the month, for the past year. I don't know.
2014. Everyone else. There's no one else online that doesn't say that it is the worst year for gaming since the crash in the 80s.
And give us some time here to explain this. It's not. There were bad video games. At the same time, there were good video games. Then there always is. Kind of like there's bad years for movies, but at the same time, there were always those few good ones, right? Now.
I don't know, I think 2003 didn't have any good movies.
Possibly. I'm 23 years old, so I grew up, N64, PlayStation, N64, PlayStation 2, Xbox. I've been alive in a very large transition of video games.
I'm 26. I started on NES and Sega.
So he's seen an even bigger, but I mean,
my friends had Atari, so I've played.
Right,
I have played since the beginning of home gaming.
I've always had friends that have had about every system, so
Every game this year just about was E.T. for the Atari.
So I've got some issues, and this is where I'm really going to start this because I have no other way to do this. One of the most highly anticipated games in 2014 was Destiny, right? Wouldn't you almost agree with that? I mean, let's see, Taco Bell. I mean,
I wasn't excited for it ever because I knew it was going to be shit.
And for those of you that don't know, and I know I'm going to catch flack for this, Halo has never been my favorite game. I liked Halo 1, but it was anything that was like, oh yeah, Halo, gotta go play. No, it was nothing like that for me. Destiny was, it was going to be this open world, run in the group, online, open world, Halo-like shooter. Which, don't get me wrong, that sounds fucking awesome.
My first problem with it was when all the trailers came out, there was nothing of gameplay footage. It was live action done to make it seem cool. That was when I knew that it was going to be shit. If they couldn't throw it out there in gameplay of cool shit to do, or at least take the time to at least make a cinematic for it.
We were relying on what they said as fact.
I wasn't.
But that's what we had to do.
Most of the consumers were.
We had to. We were promised something, and we didn't get it. And their idea for the fix was, hey, let's
give you some DLC.
We're going to give you some DLC that you have to pay for, and it's like $60 a pop. So now you've turned a $60 game into $120, and there's going to be more than one DLC pack. So, and I think there's going to be 3, maybe 4. So that turned a $60 games into $240. That number resonates with me a lot, especially since I'm not, loaded with money. I don't spend money like that. I just don't. But I mean, it's like any other product. We are a consumer. If you went to a restaurant and you ordered something, and you were promised that it was going to be exactly what you ordered, and you didn't get it, you'd return it immediately and ask for the right thing. You'd ask for what you were promised. If you ordered something online from like Amazon, and you were promised that it would arrive safely and it ended up broken, or something was wrong with it, you'd send it back and you'd get something in return. The game just wasn't there. It wasn't what they promised.
It was so broken. You could glitch the game to indefinitely never die and keep winning.
You spawned every time you spawned on a planet or whatever, you spawned in the same point. And to go farther in the story, you had to go through the same path of the level before. If you'd run point A to point B. That was level 1. And level 2 was point A to point C. But you had to go through point B to get there. So it was just the same path over.
It was extended.
And over. And over. Which doesn't make it fucking open world. Yeah, sure, you could run around however you want and you could do whatever. But at the same time, it wasn't what we were promised.
A good game trying to do that did come out this year was Sunset Overdrive. I've
Yeah.
gotten to play it a few times. The trailer for it was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Even though it was live action, the first part of it was live action. Like the online trailer that you could watch was live action, talking about him trying to do all this shit rather than making it CG and trying to do it live action.
But then you
and the
saw
guy
actual
dies.
gameplay.
And then you saw the gameplay, and you're like, "This actually looks fucking fun." It was so different. It was like Jet Set Radio Future mixed with a sci-fi shooter. It was awesome. It was like the GTA 5 trip when you're trying to shoot the aliens. It was like
Right.
all that shit mixed together, and it was fun.
And so
It tried so hard, but it was still fun.
I was promised something and I didn't get it. And if you did that with the mob, you'd get killed. You were promised you could do something and eat shit. Even if you promised Darth Vader something and you didn't get it done, he'd kill you. And their response was, "We're gonna make DLC. We're sorry. We apologize." And we all just were like, "Oh, okay." This and the game. I mean, if you go anywhere, you're gonna hear the same arguments of why it sucked. You know, the looting system was fucking stupid.
It just was not a good game.
No.
Like, the idea, the premise behind it was good. The game,
What
they
premise? There was no story.
the premise of what the game was supposed
Oh, yeah.
to be was good.
And that's my other thing with the
And they
game.
left everything out they were saying that they were going to do.
There was, and that was the other thing. There was no story. There was no story. And you go see the seer or the whatever, and he's
World of
like,
Warcraft has more story for single player.
and the guy was like, "I could tell you about a great battle. I could tell you about the great darkness," and then he never does. And it's just like, why? It's my issue with Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty Black Ops had a very great story, but not all the Call of Duties do. Like in
I don't know. Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 2 was really good.
yeah, but I mean,
I didn't care for Ghost Story because it ended and then you had to buy DLC to finish it. It was like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
we as the consumer are continuing to allow these companies to feed us unfinished games. And we just keep gobbling it up.
I don't. If I'm sorry, if I don't find a game and I look at it and there's not enough information out, there are so many games that I've been trying to look at like online. There's no information about them. Like they are literally like just holding back every bit of information.
I mean, don't
because
get me
it's
wrong.
not going to be good.
I know the Lego games are kind of childish, but you want to know why I love them? Because
They're good.
everything's there. There's a complete story. And they have a massive set of characters. And they just put out for DLC, if you want. It's not, I mean, it's probably going to make the game better, but I don't have to have it to finish it. They brought out a Oliver Queen, like, Arrow, like, from the TV show, DLC pack for Lego Batman 3. Don't get me wrong, that's fucking cool. Do I need it? No.
Does it add any extra story? A little
A
bit.
little bit. I
But
think
nothing-
it's a little bit. But that's the thing is,
Now, as much as I love Dragon Age, except for Dragon Age 2, I don't even count that in there. Dragon Age 2 is just a fucking horseshit game. Dragon Age Origins, the game ended, but you could choose to figure out what happened in later times after that through 2 different DLCs, which weren't that expensive. I think they were only like $10 a piece.
yeah,
$10 or $15. Not bad. So if I spend $30 to get another like half a game, I mean, it's about what it costs to get a half a game.
anyway. Yeah,
I mean, Destiny was a quarter of a game.
and then my other thing is, so we've got Assassin's Creed Unity.
Don't even get me started.
Hang on, and the Halo Master Chief Collection, which came out with all sorts of bugs, glitches, and
It wasn't bugs or glitches. The network wasn't set up.
but
properly.
even people said there are glitches in the real gameplay.
Yeah,
Like, I understand the online stuff. I get that. But when there are glitches and
that's the only reason why I wanted to buy it though was to play all those maps in fucking high def and remastered. I didn't care about if I want to go back and play it.
then the companies got away with taking more money out of your wallet.
I didn't buy it.
But that's what I'm saying. If you want to buy a multiplayer game, play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I want a story. I can't sit down, and again, I'm probably going to catch flack for saying this. I can't sit down for hours and play Madden. I can't
No,
sit
I
down
can't
for
do that.
hours and play NBA 2K15 because it's the same repetitive stuff. And, I play Far Cry 4. You're right, it is the same repetitive stuff.
Kind of. There's so much that you can
But there's
repeat.
a story. There's something behind it. It's not, oh, look, championship trophy. I mean, are you kidding me? If I beat the game,
I'm sorry, throwing meat on somebody and watching a tiger attack never gets old.
No.
As repetitive it is, you can
But, I mean, and I
do it
can't.
till you're sick of it and it's still entertaining.
I just can't sit down and watch. I can't sit down and play Madden over and over and over and over for hours.
Fucking
And they
Assassin's
come
Creed
out.
Unity.
And they come out every year. But there's just we buy these incomplete, glitchy, cut up games. And then when they're like, "Oh, we'll put out DLC," we spend another $40.
And they don't fix anything from the original problems. They add more problems.
And we all just look at it and go, "I can't understand."
Here's the thing: I don't get about what this is what I don't get about like the software companies and the people that make these games. So many people have literally said, if you need longer to take a game, let us know. We would rather wait the extra 3 months for you to finish unglitching the fucking thing and giving us a full game than you rushing us so we can get it faster and then not even be able to play it. Some things in some games were just broken where you couldn't even get past certain points.
There are reasons politicians don't always stay in office, and it's usually because of the same shit like this. It's the same politicians that promise something and then never turn over on anything. The politicians that stay in are some people that promise things and get a little bit done.
Oh, I'm running for president next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you 35?
I mean, do I have to show a birth certificate?
You have to be 35 and you
Do I
have
have to show a birth certificate?
Yes.
Apparently not.
He was already in office. But you do have to be 35.
I can be 35.
I am not going to pre-order games. For 2015, I'm not pre-ordering any games. Sure, well,
I'm not going to say that because if we end up getting big, I will pre-order games using whatever we make off of this shit, and I will test them out. If they're broken, I will tell you the day fucking of. If you're a subscriber to us at that point, and it comes to that, I will tell you, wait for it. I will get the game.
So if we make a lot of money on this, you're just going to take the money and buy broken games?
Well, people know not to spend their money.
So why do we have to spend ours?
They're
I know, I'm messing with you.
No, we're spending fucking YouTube's money.
I'm not buying it. I'm not pre-ordering games. For the 2015, I'm not doing it. I want companies to give me a complete product.
Oh,
I'm not going to buy part. I don't want to buy part of a game. I don't want to buy 3/4 of a game. I want the whole thing.
Do you know what I'm so excited for? Silent Hills.
I'm not even into those games either.
Did you see the...
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good, though, wasn't it?
I want Just Cause 3.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, my God. But no, with Silent Hills, watching the PT video was fucking trippy as fuck. It made you go through it like 50 times, and you would be searching, like, it fucks you because you're trying to find what's different. And half the time there wasn't anything different. It was like, oh my fucking God.
The game companies have just... I've got games. I've got enough games I can replay.
Sony Entertainment did something good this week.
What'd they do?
They released a game, H1Z1. It's like a survival multiplayer zombie game
Oh, yeah.
where it's like people get it. People have early access right now, but they had to pay for like a certain amount of DLC and stuff for it to play the early thing. They gave people's money back if they had like never seen anything about it and they just got it because it looked good and they didn't get what they liked. Sony's giving them their money back and taking the game back.
It's because they're so far in the dumps right now. The Sony
It's a great fucking idea, though.
The Sony. Well, that's how
That'll build, you know.
that's how you build.
confidence.
That's how you build trust. Yeah. But I mean, so many games, they're just. It's not there for me anymore.
No. Dude, I've been going onto Steam and I've been downloading old games. I downloaded Alice Return to Madness.
Holy shit.
Fucking awesome ass game though. I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
You play some weird fucking games to me.
But it's not like a survival horror game. It's like a hack and slash, third person, occasional shooter. Like
What hack and slash
Platformer.
games have you ever heard me play?
I guess but that's not weird games. I mean,
I'm saying to me it's a weird game.
I almost consider Batman hack and slash part of the time. Punch and knee.
Well, it's just a fighting game.
Yeah, and that's all you're doing in there.
Just with knives and shit.
Nice. I can dodge. I can shoot.
I get you. The company games of the video game companies have lost me.
I am excited for Bloodborne though, only because I feel they're going to stay with their thing and not give in to people saying we want an easier game. No, fuck you. You want to play this game? You want to see it to the end? You do it on our terms. I hope they stick with the Dark Souls 1 and 2 thing. Because Devil May Cry did it. Devil May Cry gave in. And people hated it when it was easy.
I play the WWE games. I've played every one since 2006.
I've heard about glitches on the new one.
I returned the 15. I have the PlayStation 3. I don't have PlayStation 4. The ability to create things as well as I did in the other previous games just aren't there. It's just the game. When they turned WWE to the 2K for me ruined it. I'm out.
2K Sports ruins a lot of things.
I'll stick with 14 because 14 was a great fucking WWE game. I'm out. Until they prove me wrong with 16 or whatever, I'm out.
I need to get a GameFly. That's what the fuck we need to get. Fuck this buying games and pre-ordering shit. We need a GameFly.
I like owning my games.
The thing is, you can own it though. You can just say, I want to keep this one, and they'll charge you a used price for it. But then you can still, at that point, you can be like, okay, so send me this game now, so I can try it. And you can send games back and forth as much as you want.
It's just Blockbuster. Online.
Here, they send you the disc.
Yeah, so did Blockbuster.
I don't like Blockbuster. They're greedy fucking bastards.
That's why they went out of business. I don't know. That's my issue. That's my issue for the past year in video games. That's my issue for the past week.
Dude, I'm just saying, fuck Assassin's Creed Unity. When your facial character models don't work in the gameplay, because the problem is with games nowadays, they're running away from cinematics, and they're going to gameplay cinematics, where it's actually the game engine doing the cinematics for it. So, when things break in the cinematics, they're also broken inside of your gameplay.
Yep.
Which is horrible. That's the thing, though, is like regular cinematics that they create specifically for that point, they can figure out what's broken and make it look right. But when something from a gameplay to a to a cinematic breaks, it breaks for part of the rest of the game. It can be fine before that, and then whatever the thing had to do didn't cope well with the game code.
Yep.
I think they should just go back to regular cinematics for games.
Mm-hmm.
GTA 5 didn't have any fucking problems.
Nope.
I don't get it.
GTA's got a pretty good... I mean, they don't crank out games every other year.
True.
They don't even crank out games every year. They make their games crisp and
It's
clean.
usually like 2.5 years between games. Although 3 San Andreas and Vice City were cranked out pretty close to each other because they all use the exact same game engine.
Yep.
They just had to change character models and then city model.
Yep.
And that was it.
And they were all pretty fucking good games.
Because you played for the storyline.
That's what you're doing. Even GTA 5, you gotta play it for a storyline.
Yeah. There's so many funny random moments that you just pop in on your other character and it's just random shit going on.
Yeah.
Like fucking Trevor walking around in his underwear.
That
stumbling
always
drunk.
messed me up.
It was hilarious. If it was like early in the morning and you switched him, he was always in his underwear, passed out somewhere.
If it was in the middle of the day, he was passed out somewhere in his
True.
underwear.
Or he was chasing somebody in his truck.
I think that's it. For
Yeah, I
this
think that's
one.
about it for today. You guys are gonna get about an hour and a half worth of shit to watch. The previous, I'm gonna say, watch this. Well, if you watch this video first,
This
the
one's
next
probably
video,
gonna be uploaded first.
I would say, the next video comes up. I would say watch in 3 different parts
Uh-huh.
when you have time. It's long as fuck.
I would probably change at the point when, the idea of the conversation changes. That's when I'd stop and take a break.
Yeah.
But I think it's time for us to call it a night or a week, whatever, and we'll. I'm sure a bunch of screwy stuff will happen next week. So
Yeah.
school starts, so I know I'll have a bunch of dumb people to talk about.
Oh, definitely. Oh my god. See, that's the thing. That's the thing about me going back to school. Is me being former military and being as old as I am, dude, everyone's gonna seem like just like a fucking retard to me. It's like you're asking this question. Why?
You're gonna be with 18-year-olds, so
Stop.
Buckle up.
Stop. Rewind. Think about it.
Buckle up.
Answer your own goddamn question.
Buckle up for the trip, bud.
God.
So
We slapping motherfuckers in school.
this has been a fun night for Mr. Brushes and Mr. Bullets here. We'll see you guys in a hopefully just a week.
Well,
Hopefully,
I will see you guys probably Monday for my daily.
I'll be coming. I'll be bringing up some videos here soon of some stuff I've been working on. So be looking forward to those.
Hopefully, they'll catch up in solo videos.
It'll give you guys a glimpse into what I do in my daily life outside of working with this Yahoo.
Well, that should be about it. Godspeed. God bless.